When officials of the Episcopal Church founded Boise Junior College in 1932, even in their wildest dreams, they'd have been hard-pressed to envision the importance that football and Bronco Stadium would enjoy in southwest Idaho. But let's go back in time, before Bronco Stadium, when there was a small 300-seat facility on the site of the current Student Union building. It offered football in a setting, as one alumnus phrased it, much like turning on car lights, so there'd be enough light to play. But oh, the memories.
The press box was something to behold. The wind blew, it would shake, and people didn't much like to be in it. But it was a turf field, of course, and we had a wooden fence enclosed the little field. There were some great football games out there.
From its inception in 1933, through a transition to public school status in 1939, Bronco football grew rapidly until 1950, when a new home with 10,000 wooden bleacher seats was built on the site of the current stadium parking lot.
They got the excess lumber from someplace up around Richland, Washington, or someplace like that, and trucked it in here, and we thought we were in hog heaven when we got that one.
Winning was a key to the growth. Smith coaching BJC to 40 straight wins at one point through an unprecedented 4 consecutive unbeaten seasons. The Broncos won a national title in 1958, whipping Tyler, Texas 22-0 in the Little Rose Bowl. It was an era not soon to be forgotten.
First game in the present site in that stadium, and as I recall, we played Modesto Junior College, and friend of mine was coaching there, Stan Pavko. Pavko came to town about 3 days early, was telling me about their team, and I tell you, I was right scared to go out that day. But interestingly enough, Larry Jackson threw, I think, maybe the first touchdown pass in that stadium. We went on to handle Modesto in pretty good shape.
As BJC became Boise State College in 1968, it achieved 4-year status, becoming a full university a few years later. In 1970, a new permanent home was built of concrete and AstroTurf. Double deck on the west side allowed 14,500 fans to sit in on Bronco football as the program left behind the soggy turf that bogged down teams on wet fall Saturdays for 2 decades.
I remember faculty members like the late Dr. Joe Spelnick, who actually helped build the stadium. It's really interesting to see that happen in such a short period of time.
Smith hired Tony Knapp and Jim Kreiner to continue the tradition as he moved into full athletic directorship, a tradition that saw the school earn repeat appearances in the NCAA playoffs through the 70s and a Division I AA national championship in 1980 with a 34-28 win over Eastern Kentucky at the Camellia Bowl in Sacramento, California. Stadium expansion continued with the addition of east side upper deck stands, bringing capacity to over 21,000. And the addition of end zone bleachers in recent years has raised capacity to 23,500. But with Bronco fans setting Big Sky attendance records the past 2 falls and an expected realignment of major college football conference affiliations in the 90s, BSU officials see the need to complete the upper deck enclosure of Bronco Stadium in what will become a 40,000-seat football palace.
And the stadium grows as the community grows. And so, our hope is as Boise continues to grow and get larger, that we can keep pace with that growth by expanding Bronco Stadium. Our plan right now is to enlarge the south end of the stadium as quickly as possible. What we're looking at now is constructing luxury boxes on top of the stadium, on the west side to begin with, and then eventually on the east side, as one means of helping to finance the addition of the stadium.
We're getting more people at our football games. We're raising more monies each year through our fundraising effort. So I think it's very, very doable.
Bronco football is central to the fall lifestyle of thousands of Southern Idaho sports fans. BSU officials hope an expanded Bronco Stadium and the expanded entertainment world that will open up to Boise can strengthen the marriage between the school and the greater Southern Idaho community.
An enlarged stadium would then put us into another level of entertainment. It would certainly open up the doors, I think, for possibilities of a preseason professional football game, and it would also allow us to bring in bigger name schools to compete against.
Events that take place in a stadium set a tone for the university, and we might be the leaders as far as turning out Rhodes Scholars or whatever, but the fact is that the football program and Bronco Stadium has represented a sense of accomplishment. It's been ahead of some of the other programs, and a sense of community and an esprit that's hard to overemphasize. It's very important to us.
We obviously are dependent upon the community to expand our facilities, and we're trying to come up with creative ways to make that attractive to them and also feasible for us.